Gretchen, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a few months since I last did this type of video, but they are pretty enjoyable and a bit entertaining to do. So as you can tell from the title of today's video, I'm gonna be doing another reacting to weird, rude, odd, piercing-related comments, but I am gonna change it up a little bit, and I'm also including rude, weird, odd, tattoo-related comments. Figured I'd put them together because there's some pretty rude, weird, odd ones that we hear about tattoos as well. These comments did come from the last part of the series that I did in the comment section as well as over on Instagram. I'll probably do another one of these in another couple of months, so if you'd like to submit either a piercing or a tattoo related comment, you can drop it in the comments below on this video or follow me on Instagram and wait for me to put up the little question box. So let's go ahead and get started. These are all anonymous, even the ones that are posted on YouTube comments. I do make those anonymous as well. Just for the sake of this kind of video, I make everyone anonymous. I was told by someone that they wanted to rip my septum ring right off my face. I feel you, unfortunately, on that one because my brother, who is not a fan of body mods at all, he constantly tells me every time that I have like a horseshoe piece of jewelry in my septum that he wants to rip it off my face, or even this kind where it's just a segment ring, always tells me he wants to rip it out. And it's just like, keep those thoughts to yourself. Why is that the first thought that you have when you see it? So unfortunately, I feel you on that one. In terms of rude piercing comments, my mom and friends have said, oh, you'll never get a boyfriend or get married with all those piercings. Another is, it looks like you're so immature and haven't grown up. Again, I feel like that first one is definitely a common one where people are like, oh, you're never gonna find a partner with that. And it's just like, why does that dictate whether or not I find a partner? I get that people have preferences on, you know, not being pierced or tattooed or anything like that, but it's like there are plenty of people who do like it and are fine with it. So like, why is it just automatic assumption, oh, you'll never find anyone? And then also the one about like being immature and not growing up. What is it with putting an age on piercings and tattoos, especially with piercings, because this comment in particular is about piercings. Why do we put an age cap on piercings? Why? I know that like it's usually associated like in media with people rebelling and they're at a young age and stuff like that, but like why does it show that we are immature or haven't grown up? Can we say the same about lobe piercings? Since that's so common and so, you know, accepted, why do we pick and choose, you know? Why is there an age cap? I don't understand. At some point, your ears are more hole than ear. Might as well just cut them off. For the record, I have 10 total, 5 on each ear. The things that people come up with when trying to make some kind of comment about piercings or tattoos, again, in this case, piercings, it's just like, no, pretty sure that the ear is still gonna be the majority of the space and the holes are really not gonna take up that much space, but okay, you know, you think what you want, Aunt Karen, you think what you want. When my ears were stretched to 1.5 inches before reconstruction, I worked retail and I was ringing this guy up. He was like, what planet are you from? It was super uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to respond to something like that. I feel like stretch lobes are becoming more common, maybe not as accepted, but they're definitely more common. But just saying like, what planet are you from? Oh, how does that even make sense? I'm genuinely curious at the thought process that some people making these comments are going through. What makes them think that, yes, this is the conversation starter for me? Make it make sense. You look good with them, but you look better without them, from my boyfriend. He also doesn't agree with tattoos and is one of those people that are like, why would you do that to yourself? Sees them as tacky. But he understands that his views aren't going to stop me and that piercings are semi-permanent and that they can heal over if left without joy for long enough. So I'm lucky for that. It's still one of those like unnecessary comments though. Like, even if your boyfriend doesn't agree with piercings or tattoos, like, yes, at least they're saying that, you know, hey, you look good with them. That's great. It's bare minimum, I feel like. But then also adding on the, but you look better without them. Like, no, just say you look great. You know, why do we gotta add it on? It's almost like a weird guilt trip. We're not here for that passive aggressive guilt trip. So yes, on one hand, it's fantastic that he's saying, hey, you look good with them. But when I was younger, my parents used to frequently tell me that I was gonna end up mugging people because of how I looked. Piercings and tattoos. That's an odd one to say to your child. Because you have piercings and tattoos, you are definitely gonna mug someone. What? First of all, Why would you say that? Second of all, why would you say that, especially to your child? Did not realize that piercings and tattoos automatically meant that you were gonna do stuff like that. Be like, cause I was not given that handbook or that rule book when I started getting tattoos and piercings. Like, interesting. Again, why do lobes get left out of the conversation here? Most people have their lobes pierced. Why is that getting left out? That's such a common piercing, but it seems to get left out with these types of comments. Oh, well, I don't mean that. You can't pick and choose there. You can't pick and choose. All or nothing. Man who got his ears pierced when I was 27. When my parents saw it, my mom was pretty accepting, but my dad has had plenty of things to say. The first was, you'll regret that eventually, so you should probably just take it out now so the hole can close up. I'm 31 and stretching my ears now with absolutely no regrets. That's another one of those passive aggressive things, except for that one's a little bit more aggressive. If you don't have anything nice to say, keep it to yourself. And especially when we're all adults here, we can make our own decisions. It's like, it's great and all, I'm still gonna keep it. And even if you did decide later on, you're like, you know what, I don't want it anymore, you can take it out. It may or may not close up all the way. It may leave a tiny scar behind, but in that moment, that's what makes you happy. That's the thing that I feel like a lot of people forget about piercings specifically, tattoos as well. It's what makes you happy now. You know, I could be into my 50s eventually and like, you know, I don't really want my philtrum piercing anymore. I can take it out. Will I have a little scar there? Most likely, but that's just how it is. Like, I knew that going in, and it's gonna be one of those things where it's just like, it's fine. Like my labret piercing that I had down here, yeah, there's still a little hole visible, but it doesn't bother me. I pay no mind to it now. So it's just like, yeah, you can get to the point of taking out your piercings, but it's just like, it makes you happy at that moment. Why would you take it out just because someone else told you to? But I digress. Why do you have girls tattooed on your thighs? Are you a lesbian? What? Also, not that bi erasure. I can't even form like a good thought there, because it's just like, why is that the automatic assumption? And what if? Who cares? Does it matter? Nope. But I would like to come back to that bi erasure that person just decided to leap into. I think art should be on a wall, not on your body. Ugh, that one's so old and worn out and just like, cool, thanks for your opinion. Regarding my tattoos, you wouldn't put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. This one is another really old tattoo related comment. It's just like, yo, hi, I am an Oldsmobile that they don't even make anymore. Like, thanks for thinking that I'd be a Ferrari, but like, I'm an Oldsmobile. Maybe I would put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. You're not me. I'll put a bumper sticker on whatever I feel like. Joke's on you, I don't put a bumper sticker on any car. And not my story, but my sister-in-law was at church when the pastor's sermon started to bash on tattoos and piercings. See, the pettiness in me at that point would come out full force. Be like, oh, you wanna bash that, do you? Well, let me take this cardigan off. Let me take my jacket off. Let me take a scarf off. I don't know why it's wintertime in this situation, but I would make sure that as much tattoo would be exposed as possible. Like, my piercings are already out. Like, I mean, unless my hair was covering the ears or something, I'd be like, whew, man, this talk about tattoos and piercings got me thinking that I should show them off more. Also, what does that have to do with any kind of sermon? What passage in the Bible were we reading for that to come up? My dad jokingly trying to scrub the dirt off my sister, her tattoos. This happened to my mom one time, except it wasn't so much like dirt, but my mom and I had just gotten our like lotus flower finger tattoos. Just gotten them. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 days old at that point. We went to a restaurant in my hometown, and a coworker of my mom's at the time came up to her and was like, oh my gosh, is that real? And before my mom could be like, yeah, this woman grabs my mom's hand, gets her finger like this, and does this on a like 3 or 4 day old tattoo. First of all, don't get me started on people touching tattoos. Like, why do we need to feel them? Do they feel different? Because I'm pretty sure they don't. But like, the whole scrubbing it off, like what does that accomplish, you know? What, did you actually think it was gonna come off? Is it temporary? Why do we need to touch? My boyfriend's uncle to my bat tattoo. I don't like them, they caused COVID. That'll be on her forever. I'm just gonna leave it here with this look on my face because I really don't have the words for that one. But hey, you know, in good company. Was called Unprofessional by a Stranger. Wonder how tattoos dictate my work ethics. The whole professional, unprofessional thing when it comes to piercings and tattoos, like, they do not dictate whether or not you can do a job. I remember seeing this one time and I've loved telling this ever since. But if anything, it tells you that you are professional and are dedicated to a job, because this shows that you could sit still for hours. Specifically tattoos in this case. Piercings, not so much. They're kind of quick and easy, in and out, blah, blah, blah. But tattoos, it shows that you are dedicated and can sit still for hours doing this one thing. I think that would make you more marketable, because it's like, hey, you can sit down at a computer and do your stuff for hours. I don't know about y'all, but that makes you seem a little bit more professional, a little bit more marketable. But you're a mom now. I've heard this one a few times before, and even though I'm not a mom myself, I know people around me who are, and I'm just like waiting for someone to bring that comment up to them and be like, oh, do you really want to go get more? But you're a mom now. Damn right I want to go get more. They were 9 months in there, couldn't get anything. Heck yeah. Again, it's like with the age thing. It's like, oh, well, this shows that you haven't grown up or you're immature. And it's just like, really? I didn't realize that once these like certain events happened in your life that you're no longer to get certain things, like a piercing or a tattoo. I don't know about y'all, but if I couldn't have one of those for 9 months, I'd definitely be ready to get something afterwards. Well, that's not what I expected you to look like. Wait, what? What? Assuming this is like a tattoo related thing? Like, I mean, I guess if you meet someone in the wintertime when you're wearing sweaters and stuff like that, like, you can't tell that I've got tattoos at this point unless I pull my sleeves up. So like, are they shocked when the layers come off or something? I'm confused by that. I once had someone tell me that my tattoos were so good they wanted to lick my arm. That's another level of touching tattoos that I was not prepared for. But like, what were your tattoos of? Were they food? Did they like look realistic? You just wanted to, you know, waddle a little bit? Because when I tell you, I don't think anyone would want to lick. I mean, yeah, my fruit bat has fruit that looks good, but like my chickadee? You want to lick my chickadee? Or my squirrel? Or my hedgehog? Like, I'm confused by that one. You're so pretty, why put all that metal in your face? I've heard this one from my grandma before. She's also made comments about my tattoos before. Be like, you were so pretty before. And I'm like, and I'm gorgeous now, thanks. I feel like that's such a common one with piercings and tattoos. It's just like, you were so pretty, why do that? Excuse me, I still am. Thank you. Be like, I have a sexy naked lady tattooed on my thigh that can only be seen if I want to. I was once told that it was extremely sexy and was an invitation to have sex with me. Absolutely the not. That is not an invitation for anything. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, we are not passing go collecting $200. We are, no. What does your husband think about them? He has none for context. Makes me, I get that too. I get that in reference to my partner as well, who has no piercings or tattoos, and people are always like, oh, well, what does he think about it? And I'm like, he's fine with it. I'm confused. Like, what does it matter? You know, if there was an issue with them, I feel like that's something that should be communicated on early in a relationship and not, you know, once you're to the point of getting married or something like that. And it's just like, everyone has preferences. You know, my preference is to have piercings and tattoos. My partner's preference isn't to have them. Nothing against them, just doesn't have them. What does it matter? Why did you get a matching tattoo with your grandmother? Why not? I wish my grandma was cool enough to get a matching tattoo with me, but she is not a fan of them. So like, why not? If you have a good relationship with someone, heck yeah, get that matching tattoo. Like, my bestie and I are still trying to figure out a matching tattoo that we can get together. If you have that deep of a relationship or connection with someone, get that matching tattoo. Especially if it's your grandma. Heck yeah. Again, I wish my grandma were into them. That'd be cool. Be like, why not? And last one, didn't you want to get a nice flower or butterfly as everyone else shows their chose flash art? I mean, nothing wrong with, you know, flash art if that's the thing that you're into. You know, there was a time that I was totally into it, but now I'm more want to get something detailed and just like my own design or my artist design, something we've worked on together. And it's just like, because I wanted something more than what other people might have. I didn't want a butterfly or a flower. I wanted something else. I don't know what you want from me. It's just like, just a lot of these questions, comments, anything like that. It's just like, you didn't think that went through, did ya? You didn't think that went through. So that is it for this reacting to weird, rude, odd, piercing, and tattoo related comments. Again, I'll probably do another one of these either before the end of the year or at the start of the new year. So if you'd like to submit a comment for next time, whether it's in regards to piercings or tattoos, leave them in the comments below or follow me on Instagram and wait for me to pop up the question box. Also, thank you to everyone who submitted a comment. I do apologize if I didn't get to all of them. There were a lot this time around. Special thank you to my patrons. You can help support the channel on Patreon while having access to videos early, viewing patron-only content, and more. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to go down there and hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so YouTube will let you know when I upload next. But until next time, bye all!